Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a very easy DIY for you today. We are going to make birthday invitations. All you need, cardstock, 2 pins, and glitter glue. Let's get started. To begin, what you're going to need to do is measure out your paper and decide what size you want your cards. In my particular situation, I decided to just divide the paper in half twice so that I can make 4 cards out of 1 piece of cardstock. Also, measure out your lines so that you know where to draw out your letters. I decided to do that just because it's easier and that way it's a cleaner line whenever I draw out my letters. I did freehand all of the letters that I drew, and I feel like that is easier for me, but you are welcome to use a template if that's easier for you. When you finish tracing out your words, or writing out your words, you are going to trace them with the thicker point marker or the thicker point pen. When I finished drawing out the letters and tracing them, I decided to add a little spaceship and some stars here and there just to add a little bit more of a personal touch. Remember to go in and erase the lines that you used as a template just to give the cards a cleaner edge, and that way you don't see any imperfections. Once I was finished with the front, I decided to turn my card around and I just wrote out everything in the back. No bubble letters, nothing. I just made sure to write everything out as best I could and measured out by eyesight because I did not draw any lines on the back. I wrote out Blast Off to the Moon and Sebastian's birthday party. I just made sure to have enough space so that I could write out the month that we're having it, the day, the location, time frame, and the RSVP section. And I drew out a spaceship again. I did freehand it, and an astronaut. Just looked up an image on Pinterest of something super simple that you could draw out by hand and did it like that. I did practice this about maybe 6, 7, 8 times before I decided to just draw it out, and I did about 12 of these cards, so I would say that it turned out okay. Very simple. If you decide to trace the words that you write out with a thicker marker, it looks like you took your time and traced out bubble letters, and it gives your card an even better touch of detail. As you can see, it went from okay to yeah, that looks good. And there's my little spaceman. Hey, on camera it looks pretty good, but in person, I will not lie to you guys, that little spaceman looks a little funny. It's a little funny astronaut. Looks more like a little alien, but it's okay. Whenever you're doing these cards, just remember to yourself that they're not supposed to be perfect. It's not a computer, it's not a machine that's doing them. And what I'm doing, what I have decided to do, is draw out Sebastian's cards every year or do them by hand, so that whenever he starts getting to the age where he can help me 5, 6, 7, 8, he's going to put his own personal touch to it. And I know that there's computers that we can use to make the cards a lot easier and simpler, and we can just print them, but I'm a very detailed person, and I just feel like if there's a personal touch in everything, it just gives it a better touch, and it's more sentimental. I don't know if anyone else is on that boat with me. Everyone is about like all high-tech computer and stuff, which I am as well, but sometimes I feel like we need to take a moment and personalize stuff. I also made the envelopes out of cardstock. This is a sped up, but I promised to include a very slow and detailed way of how I did it. I took the edges and just folded it to the size of the paper, and I'm also going to include it just for the ASMR because it sounds like paper folding, and I don't know, I find that very appealing. And just ignore the cartoons in the background. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I know that at this point you're probably bored out of your mind, but I appreciate you watching until the end if you did. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Also, give it a thumbs up if you're still questioning what cartoon Sebastian is watching, because I watched this and listened very closely to those cartoons, and I still can't figure out what he's watching. So I'm going to ask Jeffrey what it was that he put on TV for him, so I don't know. But anyways, after I wrote out all of everything and did the card, made it out of paper, I decided to glue it with this glitter glue, which I don't even think this is glue. I honestly just think that it's foam paint, but it glued anyways. The cards are stuck together, and I wrote out the letters S.J. Barnes, and I just traced them really good and went over them to make the paint a little bit thicker, and it looks like you have very expensive cards in there, so those people are going to be shocked when they open those and see that they are so ugly. I'm just kidding, they're pretty. They're really pretty. I like them. I really honestly do love the way that they turned out, and I would definitely use this technique again because I thought it was super simple, easy, and very quick.